Let's get the thoughts of James Heappey, then Conservative MP for Well. Morning, James.
Good morning, Claire.
What do you make of it all?
I think I probably share the views of your previous caller, that on the face of it, this seems to be exactly the right thing to do. Weston, I think, is the smallest NHS trust in the country. For some years now, they have regarded that as being unsustainable and have been seeking a merger, I think initially with one of the Bristol trusts, then they tried to get a merger with Taunton, and now they've switched back to a merger with Bristol. So it seems to me to be the course of action that they've long known is the best for ensuring Weston Hospital's future, and I'm glad to see that it's now making good progress.
Interesting what Helen said about staff shortages, which I know is a constant headline. I mean, as MP for Well, somebody who is involved with what's being said in Parliament, what is the situation looking like, and could that actually have a long-term effect here to stop this merger from being positive?
I'm not entirely sure what you mean by the question. I mean, I think if you're asking what it will mean explicitly for staffing at Weston Hospital, that's probably a question better for the Trust. But what I have heard previously when they've been discussing the benefits of a merger either with Bristol or with Taunton is that potentially you've got the opportunity to exercise a sort of pooled staffing resource, so that there is a challenge in recruiting in Weston, particularly for younger medics and nurses who have shown that they would prefer to be at one of the big hospitals in Bristol, and that the ability to sort of flex manpower down the M5 into Weston would seem to be an advantage. As for sort of nationally what can be done, I mean, I think that it's worth remembering that in nursing, for example, there are 11,000 more nurses in the NHS now than there were in 2010, and that is not to be sniffed at. But demand has risen more quickly, and we've got to find ever better ways of either getting trained nurses and doctors to come back into the NHS, which the government is doing, or to look at better ways of trying to encourage people to go through medical training. Clearly, it's an area where you cannot drop standards. Our medics are the best in the world, and they must continue to be so. But things like the new nursing apprenticeship seems like a really good way of allowing people to do that sort of training without the expense of having to go away to university.
There you go. You got it in one. Thank you very much, James Heappey. Appreciate your time.